This is FX Trans bringing you another TekSushi exclusive review, this time of the Marvel Legends Drax, or Drax the Destroyer. Before we begin, a quick look at the packaging. As you can see, this figure is part of Wave 2 of the 2012 Marvel Legends series of figures, or the Return of the Marvel Legends Marvel Universe Build-A-Figure collection featuring the Build-A-Figure Arnim Zola series. So Wave 2 of 2012. The figure comes with the left leg of the Build-A-Figure character Arnim Zola. Come to think of it, the Build-A-Figure leg is a lot smaller than the figure's leg, but anyway, here's a look at the back of the packaging. And the rest of the assortment. You can build Arnim Zola using parts from all 6 figures except the Spider-Man figure. So that's that. Looking at this figure, this is one of those figures that I think is the most, I think in the entire wave is the most unpopular one, and it is is currently the peg warmer in the series. And I wouldn't blame, I can totally understand. I wouldn't blame people for not picking him up. He's not a very popular character in the Marvel Universe, unless you're a big fan of Adam Warlock and the Infinity Watch or the Infinity Gauntlet series, or Thanos and whatnot. A lot of the cosmic characters of Marvel. If you're not really into that, then you're probably you won't even give this guy a second look. So, not a very popular character. You just need him to complete the Arnim Zola figure. Nevertheless, opening him up, I wasn't too thrilled. I mean, looking at him in packaging, I was thinking, okay, another filler figure. But then opening him up, he's actually not a bad character. I can totally foresee Hasbro repainting this guy as no, they've already released Absorbing Man, so maybe a Luke Cage, or I don't know. Yeah, could be another Absorbing Man, but I think Luke Cage. I mean, customizers are probably already at it, but he'd make a good one. This mold in particular. Anyway, so the figure is well painted, hardly any paint flaws. If you're looking through several, which I'm sure you will be, since he's a peg warmer, just make sure that the red tattoos on him are painted on squarely with very little scratching and smudging. The belt buckle is painted evenly, as well as the eyes. Make sure they're evenly painted. But other than that, fantastic paint apps on this figure. The detail on him, as I said, the mold is not too bad. Pretty good. Decent enough articulation for a 6-inch figure. Actually, a lot of articulation. He's got a ball jointed neck, which is on a hinge. I think that's becoming the standard for the Marvel Legends figures. He's got a ball hinge shoulder, bicep swivel, double hinge elbow. He's got a swivel forearm, interestingly enough. He's got a ratcheting ab crunch or upper torso hinge. He's got a waist swivel, ball hinge hips, swivel thigh, double hinge knees, ball hinge ankles. He comes with 2 removable daggers that are on a very tight grip on both hands. He can hold, as I said, very tight. As tight as a jar cap. Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, he can. Kind of looks like barber's razors, if you know what I mean. So, like that. Oh, the lighting on this camera. More light, please. Alright. Give you a close-up look on the character. Not too bad. I mean, if you're the casual collector, and you're saving up money for a few more Marvel Legends figures, then I suppose you can pass this up and probably get this off eBay or something like that if you're not really into the character. But if you're a big Marvel Legends fan, I would say you pick this up. Do a double take on this one. I think you'll be pretty impressed at how nice this figure has been done. The only problem with it is really the unpopularity of the character. Anyway, speaking of the character, this is actually the modern version of Drax the Destroyer. If you're, I don't have a picture of the classic Drax the Destroyer. If you want a mental picture or an image of him, try combining the Hulk and the Vision. So he's like this beefed up guy, green skin. Imagine the Vision being beefed up, having green skin and wearing purple tights and a purple cape. So that's essentially what Drax is. His name is Douglas. I can't remember his last name. Anyway, he was driving with his family one day, and then the ship of Thanos and Thanos' dad happened to be on Earth, and they think the family saw them. They decided to kill everybody. Oh no, they don't kill everybody. They kill the parents, but the Thanos' dad mentor adopts his daughter, and eventually she becomes what's her name? Moondragon. I don't know if you're familiar with that character, but anyway, eventually Thanos' dad becomes wary of Thanos' increasing power and threat to the universe. I mean, who wouldn't, right? So he decides, we need a champion to fight Thanos, and what he does is he tries to recapture the soul or spirit of this guy, Douglas, and puts him in a beefed up, as I said, a beefed up Vision body. It's not Vision actually, but that's the closest. He looks like the Vision, beefed up like the Hulk wearing a Vision costume in purple. Decides to put a spirit there and christens him, or names him, Drax the Destroyer. Anyway, he appears in so many different comic books, and he keeps dying, resurrecting. There was a time that he even became Super Drax, but he lost part of his intellect, which is funny because his intellect really functions as a homing beacon for Thanos. He's like a shark that can smell you like miles away. He can smell or feel Thanos like light years away. And his sole purpose for being created by Mentor was really to destroy Thanos, and to the point that it was so ridiculous. I kind of get the idea that he was bred as the Thanos destroyer. Not like he'll succeed. I mean, he probably would have been able to back in the day when he was his old self. He had super strength, he had flight, he had resilience, or invulnerability, I suppose, or great resilience. He even had those cosmic blasts from his hands. I mean, and then became Super Drax, lost a lot of his intellect because of that, just like the Hulk, he loses intellect when he becomes a big Hulk. He loses a lot of his intellect, and he can no longer sense Thanos. He can only sense people who have been in contact with Thanos, and it's stupid, I know. Eventually, he decides, I want to shrink back to my normal self, and I want my intellect back. And apparently, when he does, he sort of shrinks back into this size. He's no longer super beefed up Drax the Destroyer. He's now just Drax. Or, some people still call him Drax the Destroyer, and he's lost his cosmic blast. He doesn't fly as much anymore, doesn't have as much strength or resilience, but he's taken the love of knives. He's probably a frustrated chef. I mean, you know what I'm saying. But he's grown to love knives, and I think it was just Hasbro's, really an excuse for Hasbro to just really, just reboot the character. And eventually Star-Lord recruits him to become part of the Guardians of the Galaxy, who ironically would eventually team up with Thanos to go to the Cancerverse, whatever that's. I'm not buying that storyline at all. But anyway, so there, really a guy who was bred to fight Thanos and defeat Thanos and destroy Thanos, and now he's become this regular Joe as a 1/5 or 1/4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think 1/4 of a intergalactic super team called Guardians of the Galaxy, which will hopefully see a movie made in 2014. If it's already 2014 and it's the first time you're watching this video, well, I hope the movie is awesome. So there you go, folks. Really, an interesting character. I mean, an interesting figure. Not as interesting a character, I would say, or as popular a character as any of the Marvel Universe characters, but definitely a well-made figure. And you know, if you're a big fan of this toy line, I highly recommend you pick it up. It certainly is worth the money you pay for it. And yeah, very good quality, very good sculpt, just a very lackluster and unpopular character, suffice to say. So there you go, folks. I hope you did enjoy this video review. If you want to see more, please do subscribe and add this videos to your favorites. Subscribe to TekSushi, a wonderful channel that we're working on together with FlyGuy.net. The guy started this whole channel, Mr. Star Wars himself, FlyGuy.net. I'm sure you've heard of him. It's a brilliant channel. There are a couple of more. There's DC and me also helping him out build this channel. So I would really appreciate it, very super, if you could share share TekSushi videos with your friends. Tell everyone how about this new awesome channel that we're building. I mean, 3 of the best reviewers. Yeah, we're still trying to look for a 3rd one. No. But 3 good reviewers doing a channel that's just really awesome, and I hope you guys can get the word out and help support this channel. And thank you for those who've already stuck with this channel and subscribe. You guys are the best, and you will not regret it. A lot of awesome videos are coming. So there you go, folks. This has been FX Friends doing another TekSushi exclusive review of The Return of the Marvel Legends, or Marvel Legends 2012, Marvel's Drax from the Marvel Universe Build-A-Figure Collection Arnim Zola series. Thanks for watching.